today I am going to be watching. I attempted a 2-player Nuzlocke, and I do believe this is her Heart Gold Soul Silver one with Alpharad. I have soul linked this game with 3 separate people. I might have played a lot of Heart Gold Soul Silver. One took like 25 runs because I do hardcore Nuzlocke rules and the typing rules as well for soul links. The other one took like 3, and then the other one took like 1. So really, I think I did better every single time I did this game, really. I have a lot of like, I would say I like Gen 2, but I also don't like a Gen 2 for very specific reasons. I think that the Pokemon should have had a better chance to shine from Johto, but unfortunately, a lot of Pokemon just show up in the late game, which I find kind of sad. Gen 2 is like off. Gen 2 is awful for like Nuzlocking and for showcasing what Gen 2 is about, unfortunately, just because it feels like such a build up to Kanto. Like, I guess that's like one of the happy parts about Heart Gold Soul Silver, the fact that you get more game after your game, but it just felt like it was like the side quest, even though it's a mainline story, to get to Kanto. Yeah, like Gen 2, like in general, it's like technically a bad gen, but the games are really good. I like it. I personally really liked Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and that kind of stuff. I just wish that actual Gen 2 Mons got a better chance at shining. They should have made you start in Kanto for Gen 2. Well, they might as well, just because, like, even if you go down, like, the list of gym leaders, right? Bro, like, what is his name again? Faulkner? Bro has a Pidgey. That's the first Mon that you'll most likely see when you get out of Pallet Town in Kanto. You're either gonna see the rat or you're gonna see the bird. And then you know what they give the gym leader? Like the first gym you fight in Johto? The bird. The bird you see on the first route in Kanto. The bird. Like, fuck, man. It just feels so bad. Alright, let us start. Now that I'm done bitching, I attempted a 2-player Nuzlocke. This is from Jaden Animations. It is time. Let's go.
You know the drill at this point. Pokemon faints, it dies, catch 1 Pokemon per route and nickname it to set up for emotional trauma. But this time we're doing something a bit different. A 2-person Nuzlocke. It's technically called a Soul Link, but no one knows what that means.
I'm going to assume, like, it's been a long time since I've watched this, because I technically have watched this before, but this was 2021. Yeah, I wasn't real yet. I only started making content to the tail end of, what, 2022, right? So I wasn't real yet. It's been a long time. Pre-watch. It's been so long I can't recall any of the details, okay? Like 2021? Oh, COVID. Unfortunate. Anyways, I'm going to assume these are not hardcore rules, you know?
So basically, you and person 2 play the same Pokemon game at the same time,
Felix.
following the same Nuzlocke rules. However, your Pokemon are linked, which means if my starter dies, player 2's starter also dies. And they can't do anything about it. Plus, we can only have 1 primary typing for both of our teams combined.
Okay, so they're doing the typing rules. Yeah, I like the typing rules. Although sometimes it feels really restrictive just because there's so many normals and waters.
So if I catch a water type and add it to my team, person 2 can't have a water type at all on theirs. And cherry on top, all Pokemon are randomized. I can walk into the grass at any point and accidentally find God. And maybe he'll just kill all my animals right then and there. So with all these new rules in place, I needed to find a player 2. One who's a real Pokemon master, able to adapt, improvise, and strategize all at the drop of a hat. And who else other than Pokemon Master himself? Jacob Alpharad.
I watched one clip recently that showed up on my feed where Jaden forgot to pay, I think it was the electric bill for 13 months. So I think Alpharad's subathon almost ended. And the water. Oh, it was the water too? I thought it was just the electric bill. And like he was like in the middle of the subathon, right? So I think they cut off his power. Or they were like about to. I forget the actual clip itself. But I remember having that on in the background. Being like, wait, what? Yeah, 13 months. Yeah, 13 months. And then Jaden had to put it on autopay because it was just unpaid for that long. It was a follow-up. It was both. It was both! It was both! Yeah, no, I have a lot of my shit on autopay, just so that way I don't have to remember to pay my bills. The bills just get paid. And then I have to deal with only one big credit card bill at the end of the day, so it's just like, oh yeah. But I personally wouldn't think, like, I thought they would just cut you off after, like, I don't know, a couple of months. The fact that they let you get away with it for, like, 13 months is kind of crazy.
Brad, who at this point in time has a 50-50 Nuzlocke win ratio. Here's our Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Soul Link Nuzlocke. We both go downstairs, barely greet our mom, and immediately beeline it to Professor Elm's lab to see what Pokemon he's got for us, because we don't know. They're random. In case you forgot what I just
What I do like about the start of this game is the fact that, like, it feels like it moves very quickly, especially get your first Pokemon, which made it very easy since my first ever, like, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, like, Soul Link, randomized, hardcore, that kind of shit, type rules, took 25 runs, so we can always get, like, a run going really quickly.
Said. We stroll up to him and he pats Jacob on the head and goes, "Here, choose from these three. I picked them specially for you. Torterra, Tentacruel, or Ludicolo." Alright, what do I get? Why not make you Ariados?
Alright, so we have the little guy, and Spooter.
Awesome. Jacob takes
Awesome.
Torterra and I take Mankey, and we name them Franklin.
Franklin!
On our way to talk to Mr. Pokemon, Jacob runs into a Regirock in a random patch of grass, which just flat out explodes on him. No one died, luckily, but also, oh my god, we get an egg.
That is really lucky, because this is Gen 4 Explosion, and does it still do... what is it? Explosion's how much? 200... was it 300 power, or like 250 power? 250 power, halves the defense, that kind of shit. 500 power move? Yeah, it still cuts the defense. Yeah, 250 halving defense is basically a 500 power move, right? He's very lucky that the Torterra survived, and the fact that it's a Torterra. Imagine if Jaden's the one that bumped into that shit. That Mankey's fucking dead.
And immediately Professor Elm calls and tells us he's been robbed and bullied. You really couldn't handle being alone for 10 minutes, could you? On our way back to help a grown adult, we stumble onto a shady figure who scoffs, challenges us to a battle with Pokemon he stole from Elm, which we immediately win, scoffs again, then drops his wallet, passport, credit card, driver's license, social security, Target gift card on the ground in front of us.
Free gift card! I would take the gift card. I don't hold enough grudges for the personal information against this guy. The gift card for sure.
For the world to see. Dude, get your craps together. You can't be doing that when you're a wanted fugitive. Back in the lab, Elm is crying on the floor as the police and our neighbor are trying to comfort him, and the police asks us if we saw anyone suspicious. Yes. We saw his info. Now here we get to name our rival.
Who dat?
Jacob and I try to think of someone that we both shared some sort of rivalry with. When we remembered a certain professional Pokemon Nuzlocker has been consistently reacting and critiquing our Nuzlocke so far.
Yeah, Pokemon challenges. I think he changed Peachel now? Is that his channel name now? Because before I think it was just like full-on Pokemon challenges, but now it should be Peachel.
Comments were more critical than others, and directed at one of us more than the other. Mr. Policeman, his name is Jan. Hi, Jan. Let's see if you can destroy us from the inside out. Anyway, our neighbor
I like the glasses they gave him.
takes us out to some grass to show us how to catch a Pokemon, runs into Articuno, catches it in a Pokeball in the green, and turns to us and goes, "See? Just like that."
Easy.
They give us some Pokeballs and we can finally start our journey. We both run around in the grass and our first encounters are Barboach and Houndoom.
Ooh.
This would have been awesome for Jacob if he could catch the dang thing. Since we only had Pokeballs, Houndoom was not getting in the ball no matter what, and we ended up not getting that pair.
Yeah, it kind of sucks about this game is the fact that the grass is just so thick in the beginning, so if you want to go back and buy balls, you just have to somehow make it through the grass. So you only get the initial 5. So if you bump into something crazy, then you have 5 balls, you know? You unfortunately just have 5 balls. Yeah, we got the fish and the doggo.
But you know, it's alright. There's plenty more encounters like Hoppip Farfetch'd that Jacob accidentally kills.
Hoppip!
Or Geodude Gyarados that Jacob accidentally kills. Or Tyrogue Charizard that Jacob accidentally kills.
What I do like about this game... oh my god, I'm pausing a lot. Okay, what I like about this game is like how many Pokemon you get at the beginning of Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Like, you get a lot of Pokemon, like even in the first time you can fish again once you actually get the rod. And you get the rod relatively early in this game too. So you have like the first route, there's a route to the left and then slightly north. You have to go through a little section. And then there's the other 3 routes coming up and a cave. So you get a lot of Pokemon. You get a lot of Pokemon in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. How? I think the thing is, maybe he crit them all. Who knows? We'd have to actually watch the gameplay to know, but he did get a Torterra. It is a Torterra.
Hey, why do I get this? And Jacob gets all this. And why do you keep killing him, Jacob? But finally, in the Ruins of Elf, we managed to catch a new pair. Sandslash, Not bad at all. We tried to name them Michael, but both misspell it, so welcome to the team, Michels. Then on Route 32, we catch Totodile Beedrill, which is also pretty good, mainly for just me. We started combining the 2 Pokemon to create their names, so we ended up somehow with Bedrodo. We ran into a trainer who had a frickin' Palkia on his...
Palkia's really scary. Like, I think, does it get Water Pulse really early? Like, well, the big ones that we've bumped into that just absolutely just kill us, especially in these types of games, would be any guy with Dialga, because Steel Dragon is a crazy typing, by the way. Any other Steel type. I do remember one of my Nuzlocks ending because I bumped into a Metagross in Bellsprout Tower, and I just couldn't hit Steel types, like, at all. Kyogre? Yeah, Kyogre is very scary to bump into because he always has good moves, no matter what level he is. Does Palkia get any dragon, like, D-Rage? I don't know if Palkia ever learns D-Rage. Does he? I feel like... It is a dragon. Maybe it does just get it.
His team. Fun fact, did you know if you Google Palkia type weakness, Google will tell you that he's weak to Fairy and Salamence?
Salamence!
No other dragons, just Salamence.
Just him!
So Jacob and I started joking around every time we saw a Palkia. Oh no, if only I had a Salamence. Uh-oh, don't have a Salamence over here. It was kind of strange how many Palkias we ran into, but that didn't stop us from bullying every single one. So we take on Faulkner, the first gym leader, who has Kyogre Bronzor
Kyogre!
and Metagross Dragonite.
These are my guys! That fucking killed me! The Metagross. Well, not Faulkner, though. It was in Bellsprout Tower that killed me. But yeah, Metagross, very scary. Steel type, very scary. Kyogre, very scary. It's a Kyogre.
There. Oh my god. After a lot of difficulty, we both managed to beat him with no casualties. I don't know how that happened, but hey, everyone's alright. Oh, he's gonna take himself out. Oh my god! How about some encounters to lighten the mood? Oh,
Mitchell!
Hello, Shuckle Suicune. That Jacob accidentally kills. In Azalea Town, we challenge Bugsy, who
Well, I guess a Suicune would have been nice.
luckily wasn't as stacked as Faulkner. And as we step outside, Jan, who is surprised we haven't been demolished yet, yeah, I'm surprised too, challenges us to a battle, which we also win. Hehehe. We run into Mawile Deoxys in the forest, who someone accidentally kills, and
What is Jacob's kill count? Like, I haven't been keeping track, but I feel like it's like 6? 6?
make our way to Goldenrod, where there's a security guard that'll give us both a Pokemon. He hands me a Porygon 2, which I'm ecstatic about, turns to Jacob, and gives him Regigigas.
Let's go!
Which we can't use because they're both normal
Oh,
types.
that's right,
of all
typing.
the legends you had to get, of course you get the only normal type besides actual God. We beat Whitney and in the national park find Piplup Flaffy, which we name Plap. I pitched to Jacob that I'm willing to trade the Bedrotas to make room for this new pair, so he essentially switches Beedrill with Flaffy, which we shake on. Welcome to the team, Plaps. And then my Plap immediately almost gets killed.
To be fair, that's a Jirachi. Jirachi also very good mon. Steel type good. Yeah, steel type good. Does Jirachi still get like Doom Desire in this one? Doom Desire is such a bad move.
Jaden.
I'll fix it. Sorry, my bad. We find Dragonair Shuppet, which is an actually insane pair we could use right away. But yeah, I ended up killing that one. Look, I'm sorry, Jacob. It is harder than it looks to catch these things. We pour water on.
That would have been really good pairing. Ghost Dragon is such a unique like pairing that, oh my god. Holy shit. What do they have? 3 Pokemon maybe? 2? I don't know.
The strange trees on Route 36 that actually turn out to be Cradily Silcoon. We kinda named them Dillydoo and could have added them to the team as death fodder, but we ended up forgetting to. Which is, yeah, a pretty silly mistake, but what's the worst that could happen? Who needs death fodder in a Nuzlocke? Jacob and I make it to Ekritique and walk into the burned tower. As we are about to go down there, Jan runs up and is like, "You're only trying to catch Suicune to make yourselves look stronger than you actually are." And we're like, "No, we killed him a while ago." But he still wanted to battle, probably to show off the Mew he somehow found. We beat him yet again, go downstairs, scare off the dogs, and go challenge Morty. Jacob didn't have any trouble for the team Morty had for him, but for me, I was having a bit of a harder time because he had a Lugia, which neither me nor my team could even handle. All I could do—
Well, let's see. Morty, I think, is at level 25 for his ace. I don't think Lugia learns a lot of moves that are, like, good, though. So it should be okay. It's just the fact that it's a legendary and has really good stats because legendary. But I do believe that a lot of these Pokemon, because I bumped into Ho quite a little bit in the grass, right? Bro has, like, Whirlwind. So you just have to throw a ball and pray. And I think, like, Lugia and Ho are kind of built very similarly, where they're early levels, they just don't get many good moves. Just absurdly tanky. Yeah, bro's just thick. Bro's thick. Not threateningly thick, but sometimes being thick is enough. Whirlwind and Gust. Okay, Gust is like, okay. It's like okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay.
It was bubble beam it with Plap and
Yep, yep,
pray
yep,
I
yep.
don't get crit one shot as Jacob just sits there watching. But it ended up working out. We arrive in Olivine and climb the giant lighthouse, almost falling to our literal death along the way.
Jacob sitting there watching is very much like me when I have like an easy fight in like a Soul Link, and then my Soul Link partner Maddie just has to deal with like Kyogre, Groudon, Palkia, and the last Pokemon's like, I don't know, a Chimchar or some shit. But like, there's me and I just fight like a Sunflora.
Reach Jasmine at the top, who's like, climb back down and go get medicine for Amphi and Cianwood. And we were like, we almost died getting here. Surfing to Cianwood, we encountered Abomasnow Pupitar. And I know what you're thinking. Yeah, we did catch them.
Yay!
Abomasnow joined the team immediately, and suddenly we've got a pretty powerful lineup going on. Also, a random guy in town gifted us a Mewtwo and Weepinbell. Finally, I'm the one with the legend now. But we had to box him because we couldn't have two grass types. All of this sudden shared luck combined with our 0-death win streak got us feeling pretty confident, which naturally means it's time to get kicked in the throat. Specifically by a black belt martial artist. Gym leader Chuck was indescribably tough in the most bullcrap way possible. For me, Jacob had no trouble at all because he's Jacob. He had a Kingdra, which I brought Abomatar out for. Nothing else on my team could really do anything against it. The main drawback of this is Abomatar's Snow Warning ability, which creates hail, damaging every Pokemon, including my own, that's not an ice type, which is pretty inconvenient in a Nuzlocke. I even made a teeny tiny comment about it when I first got him. I'm gonna call it Snow's gonna kill one of my Pokemon. Kingdra goes down.
This is Gen 4, so I think weather effects are forever, right? They don't go away after 5 turns. I'm pretty sure it's still like forever. When did they make that change again? Was it Gen 6? Yeah, perma? Yeah, weather effects are perma unless another weather effect overroutes. Right, so yeah, Gen 6 is when they make the change. Yeah, forever! Oh, Gen 5! Okay, actually, I'm playing Gen 5 right now. Fuck, I should remember that. I should have remembered that. Oopsies. Gen 6 kind of killed the weather. Let's see. Gen 6 also killed the overpowered, like, gems, right? Because Gen 5 was Draco Meteor, Latios, with a Dragon Gem or something like that. Whoa. Hey, Maple here. Did you know that only 3.7% of people are actually subscribed? Damn, that's crazy. I've actually never seen a number that low. Help a girl out. Thanks. Enjoy video. Bye. Yeah, the gems got hella nerfed later on. And then they just got removed, right? Because I feel like I don't see them anymore. But unless I just don't play Pokemon in the newer gens that much. But yeah, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
And Chuck's only other Pokemon, he's only got 2, is Frostlass, who, if you don't know, has Snowcloak. Snowcloak makes the Pokemon 20% harder to hit if there's hail. You want to know how many Pokemon in Gen 4 have this ability?
1,
5.
2, 5!
3 of which being Mamoswine.
Oh.
You want to know how many Pokemon there are in Heart Gold Soul Silver? 493. Now,
I was gonna guess
know these odds
500.
sound pretty awful already, but you know what this Frostlass does? She uses Ominous Wind. Ominous Wind has a 10% chance to boost every single stat of the user.
So, let me guess. It gets boosted because it always triggers for the enemy. Never for you, but for the enemy.
She gets the stat boost twice in a row. After a lot of strategizing, we both decided the best option for us would be to send in Michael as death fodder to heal up Plap, because he's the only one that can really do anything at this point. And what happens? Please don't get another stat boost.
He's good. He's so good. He's
No. Oh my
Crit.
Frostlass crit one-shots Michael as soon as he comes out. Our first deaths. Poor Cameron, He
Michael!
was so proud for making it out of Jack's gym and then just falls over dead for no reason. I got Plap healed up and basically started heal stalling, which, sure, isn't a noble strategy, but come on. After literally struggling against my own bad luck for what felt like hours, finally, Frostlass goes down.
Yippee!
Finally. Holy shit. Jacob practically
Hold on, let me go back. God, I hope that's their alive Pokemon box. I really hope that is their alive. Yeah, it is alive. Okay, yeah, the Regigigas. Yeah, I know that one's alive. They had actually, no, it's invalid pair. Yeah, this should be alive because the Weeping Bell Mewtwo was okay. Ah, okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, I was just really scared that this was their death box, and I was like, oh.
finally
Yeah.
Holy
This is the first
shit.
one.
Jacob
Yeah.
practically drags me out of the gym and we head to the BC. We decided to add a pair we caught back on Route 35, which was Charmeleon Donphan named Darfel. A fantastic
Yeah, I got a bit confused just because I keep forgetting that, oh yeah, all their kills have technically just been failed encounters, so they didn't really catch anything.
duo. I was admittedly, and I think justifiably, still really salty about what we just went through, but Jacob convinced me that we should just move on. We got our Darfels leveled up and returned to Olivine to feed Amphi the medicine that we picked up so Jasmine would finally do her job. And check this out.
Already done.
You're right. Oh,
Is you real? Wait, this is just my Soul Link. God, this would be my screen where I get like the easy baby fight, and this would be my partners. This is just me. This is my easy baby fight. Hi, Maddie. Oh my god, yeah, this would be you. You would have to fight the legendary. I have to fight a baby.
God.
Look at our two screens real quick.
Nah, it's alright. She also had a Geoxys. We headed to Mahogany Town, catching and adding Nidoran and Bibarel.
This triggers a core memory. I remember one time I walked up to Jasmine. This is like even longer ago. It was my very first like Heart Gold Soul Silver. We made it to Jasmine. She had a Rayquaza and a Deoxys. My life was not very okay.
Named Beryl to the team, and in the Lake of Rage, Jacob caught a Kyogre paired with my Swalot. We never used this pair, but I just wanted to mention it for reasons. We approached the glistening shadow of the lake beast, activate the encounter, and find a shiny Banerian Donphan. Not, you know, the best, but hey, free shiny Pokemon.
Oh, I always liked shiny Baneri. I like that it's pink.
Doesn't hurt to Oop, I killed it.
Oh, never mind.
That's
okay,
again,
bye.
my bad. Sorry. Lance walks up to us and goes, "Hi, I'm Lance."
Is it fucked up of me that the way I like the bunny kind of floats on the water after?
Again, my bad. Sorry. Lance walks up to us and goes, "Hi,
I just like the
I'm
attention to
Lance."
detail.
Grabs us by the wrist, kicks down the door to the Mahogany Town 7-Eleven, kills one of the guys in there, and runs into the rocket hideout where he continues to wipe out any living organism he finds down there.
I did like that part about Lance though, that he kind of just like walks into the thing, tells Dragonite to use Hyper Beam. You good? I'm fine. I'm just saying that the attention to detail is good, okay? That's a good attention to detail. It's just floating. Trust. But yeah, I like that part about Lance. He just like kind of like breaks in, Hyper Beams a dude, and says, "All right, I found the base. Neat."
Classic Lance. We decided to copy him and beat up all the executives and their power generator. Right before we fly to Goldenrod, we pick up the 7th badge and then continue curb stomping Team Rocket. We were getting a bit too comfy though, and as Jacob wasn't paying attention, mainly because he just got a chicken sandwich, Obamatar was killed by a Golem's earthquake. Oh no. That was a really bad blow. And
I think they should name their next Mon Chicken Sandwich. You have to honor it somehow. That chicken sandwich was worth a life. Your bestie, hi. EQ. EQ does extra damage with Dig too, yeah.
stung much more because we weren't paying attention.
Chicken
But
sandwich.
we did have to move on, especially since we were literally in the middle of a gang fight. We shoved our way to Rocket Executive and Big Boss Archer and give him a bit of a throat chop so he would calm down and stop doing whatever it is he was doing. And everyone is saved. On our way to Blackthorn, we catch Frostlass Corefish, which put me into a vengeful trauma spiral. You. And then Jacob caught himself both a Suicune and an Azelf. We arrived and took on Claire, who led with a Mewtwo against me, which at this point I shouldn't even be surprised. But all the rest of our team was pretty much a pushover for both of us. Claire's a bad sport and refused to think we were good trainers, so we talked to the old man behind the gym and he's like, "So do you beat your Pokemon?" And we were like, "No." And he's like, "Awesome. Claire, give him the stupid badge." What? So now we can head—
It was so funny. I know Claire's like the immature, like, salty gym leader, and she gets like better later, but it was like really funny afterwards when she like comes down to the cave being like, "Haha, I bet you guys didn't pass the test," and then we're just like, "So we passed the test," and she's like, "What?" It's so funny. Claire's pretty though. I like Claire in terms of her design, but it just felt so unsatisfying. Like we beat her ass in the gym fight and she's like, "No, I don't want to give you the badge." So we have to go talk to the old man being like, "Hi, I like Pokemon. I like Pokemon." And then he's like, "Okay, you get badge."
to the Elite Four. Hey guys, I think you should go fight a horde of Asian women in Ekritik. So we enter the Critique Theater and start fighting the women, and the second girl for me sends out Ambipom. As I switched to Franklin, it screeched, which I didn't pay attention to, and Ambipom double hit killed Franklin. Our starters died.
Yeah.
Dude, that was really
Ambipom with Technician double hit and the Screech. Yeah, no, it's over. Dead. Like, actually dead.
sad. We were about to make it to the Elite Four with them, and bam. Not alive anymore. They were with us through everything. Pretty much the backbone to our teams. Man. Jan's gonna make so much fun of us when he finds out. As we're still mourning, the last kimono girl rest spams with Wailord. Do you have any dignity, woman? We're lamenting over here. We try to leave and the girls are all, no, go catch the legendary Pokemon. He's already got 3. So I head to Whirl Islands and Jacob scales the bell tower, and what legends do we find? The legendary Zangoose and Loudred.
I remember the first time in my first ever like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Soul Link. It was after a lot of runs because we're doing hardcore rules. When Ho-Oh/Lugia was flying down from the sky or whatever it was. I'm pretty sure mine was Ho-Oh. Bro was flying down from the sky. Mine was a Silcoon. My legendary Pokemon, it was a Silcoon.
Finally, we have some freedom again, and as soon as we touch the water in Newbark to head to Victory Road, what pops up from the bottom of the lake but Entei himself? And Doduo. Oh my god! Hello, Dode. That's going in the box because fire types. We catch Cascoon Regirock in Victory Road, and heading towards the exit, Jan sprints up from behind us, and I iconically say, "This is your last chance to kill one of our Pokemon, Jan." And what happens? Oh my god.
Oh, counter.
No.
What happened?
Oh.
That's not great.
I have counter and magic and mirror coat PTSD. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Counter. Ooh. Yeah. I've got so much PTSD with counter and mirror coat.
He killed one of our Pokemon. Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. Darfell was an incredible pair we've had since the 5th gym, and we really grew to lean on. We lost quite literally half our team right before the Elite Four. We beat Jan for the last time, enter the Indigo Plateau, and immediately bolt to the PC to see what kind of damage control we can do. After a very long time of trying to stitch together the best teams possible, we ended up with this. Ampharos Empoleon, Bibarel Nidoqueen, Beautifly Cradily, Dodrio Entei, and Victory Bell Mewtwo.
That's like really decent. That's a thick team, actually.
I know. Wow, Jaden, super balanced. You've got Mewtwo and Entei, and Jacob has a Beautifly. Look, this is the best we could do, I promise. Tell him, Jacob, tell him. Anyway, big
good
deep
team.
breath. Here we go into the unknown depths of the Elite Four. Will, Coda, and Bruno were all no problem at all. We breezed right past them. Everything was going great.
This is fine.
Double hit Ambipom.
Oh,
God. Crit. And then goodbye.
It's fine.
Oh, he lives. He fucking lives. Yippee! I thought he would die. I guess the first one was a crit though.
I win these.
On the other hand, Karen was not as nice.
No, I just mean, what if he does any charge move?
Cross chop.
Okay, he just did cross
That's
chop. He's
neutral.
fine. It's
Cross
fine.
chop has a high crit rate if I
was
remember
safe to
right.
fly. I'm just paranoid. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh no. Guys, we're so sorry we got you killed in the first, 15 minutes of having you.
That was quick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure cross chop has a high crit rate, or either that I'm mixing it up with karate chop. It might be both, but who knows?
We ended up getting out of the battle with no more casualties, but facing Lance with a team of 4 each is really not ideal, to say the least. But we walked up to him nonetheless, whether we win or lose here.
It's both of them that have a high crit? Okay, perfect, yeah. I remember, what is it, cross chop? I feel like it's 80 accuracy.
This is our last battle. He leads with Fiona and Ledian, which we were both like, ha ha ha, Lance, is this all you've got? And then he hits us with the no. Jacob was up against his Porygon Z, Rampardos, Licky Licky, Zapdos, and Plusle.
I think Rampardos is actually scares me the most here. Rampardos' attack stat is crazy. Like, Zapdos is Zapdos. Like, he's fine. But Rampardos' attack stat actually scares me.
And even though it's a pretty stacked team, he was holding his own and getting through them really well. On my end, I was dealing with a giga-impacting Snorlax, which I really had nothing for. I just had to pray for no crits and as many misses as possible. It goes down eventually, and what does he send out next? Palkia.
If only you had a Salamence!
Oh, I could really use a Salamence
I knew it!
right about now. This is what we get. We bullied Palkia so much during our journey here. Looking at my team, I don't have anything that can handle Palkia either, except for Mewtwo. And what happens? He gets Spatial Rend crit one-shot turn 1. I am in a lot of trouble. I took so much time getting past Snorlax that Jacob was already done with his battle, so
That's crazy. I love
I took so much time getting past Snorlax that Jacob was already done with his battle.
Yes, Queen Slay Jacob.
So all he could do was watch this massacre from the sidelines. I sent out Dillydoo to confuse stall him and just try to chip away at him with basically nothing. And my god was I lucky, because if Palkia hit one more crit at any point, Dillydoo and the run was over. And I was forced to dance on that line for a long time. But eventually, Dillydoo lands the finishing blow. That line
Hold up.
for a long time. But
I like how eventually screen has the like hyper potions, max potions, full restore stuff. I wonder what happened during the eventually.
eventually, Dillydoo lands the finishing blow. I was so proud. The pair that we caught so early on and deemed as death fodder was the one saving us.
So
We're so
cute.
sorry for doubting you, Dillydoo. Thank you for sticking by us and not dying. But that was only half of Lance's team, might I remind you. Clap took out
Yeah, I forgot. I thought she was done. My bad.
his Sand Slash, which stung. But Bastiodon came out, tanked Plap's Surf, and killed him with Metal Burst.
Metal Burst! I've been fucked over by Metal Burst before too. It's like steel type counter. I too understand that pain.
I was in shock with that one. That was our second oldest pair. Ever since our Franklins died, Jacob and I both started seeing the Plaps as our star members. Beryl came out and revenge finished the Bastiodon, and Lance's last Pokemon was big ol' hard-hitting, tanky frickin' Azumarill. I sent Dillydoo back out because
I wonder if it has huge power. Because it could get either huge power or like that.
Beryl would die immediately, and started the chipping game again. If that wasn't bad enough, Azumarill set up the rain and an Aqua Ring for itself, which turned this fight from, to, this awful one-on-one lasted 10 whole minutes.
Holy
I slap
shit.
him, he slaps back, much harder, and then heals, and then I heal. But eventually, Dillydoo went.
Does Azu have huge power yet? Oh, is that something they give it later? I don't know. I've always associated Azumarill with having huge power, so I just thought it had it since like forever. Yeah, I don't know when they actually give it to that. Give it that then, huh?
Ends the stalling battle, and Azumarill goes down.
Yippee!
In an unpredictable turn of events, Dillydoo saved us from utter defeat. What an adventure we just went on. Insane encounters, insane bullcrap, friends, death, bullying, and the Dillydoos. Thanks for going on this journey with me, Jacob. I quite literally couldn't have done it without you. And a salute to the buddies we made along the way. Except you.
Yippee! Well, I am happy they did it, and I'd like to thank the economy of full restores, probably. Oh wait, I forgot how cute the credits are. Wait, the fan feed. Yeah, I forgot that the credits were so cute in this game. Look at them. Oh my god, they're so cute. I love Hoppip. Thank you to the team. Yippee! How do you? I love the Hoppip. The end. You want me to Soul Link with Mochi? I don't think that will go very well. I think she'll try like one attempt, and it will have to be with like not hardcore rules, by the way. All right, that is I attempted a 2-player Nuzlocke Jaden animations. Okay, content, people, content. Okay, and was it surprisingly a good sport here? He was? Okay, I didn't watch his reaction to this one, I believe. I remember I watched his reaction. No, I didn't watch the entire thing. I saw like a clip that, what was it? Jaden Animation saved her run because the Magneton was training against Meryl, and because Meryl gives more HPVs, then guess what? Surviving on 1 was a result of killing the Meryl population. Yeah, I saw that short. I saw that. I didn't watch the actual like full reaction from Pichal. But yeah, that's the video.